Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. The Signal Iduna Park, located in Dortmund. It really is a tremendous arena. There's the whistle.
In modern football, the role of the defensive midfielder has become hugely important.
Talking of which, Claude Makelele, the battery in the watch.
Yeah, and fittingly, a lot of pundits refer to it as the Makelele role now, such as his influence playing that position.
The ball is bounced. Oh, what has happened here? Chance! He scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Always onto this. Grimaldo, Chelhanoglu, Sefal, swung over, pass somewhat off target. Makelele, not the most accurate pass. It's Memphis Depay! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Memphis Depay has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Chelhanoglu. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Passing is crisp and sharp. Memphis Depay stood his ground strongly. First quarter of an hour gone. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Oh, perfectly measured that. Matic. Georgia are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Great ball, and he's in here. Picks up, there's the shot! It's in! And they're threatening to fly away here. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Georgia really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Chelhanoglu.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Chelhanoglu. And this is Mahrez. Little pass back. Passing nice and neat. Modric. Gives it back. Passes short and sharp. And the ball's come loose here. It's a pretty loose pass. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Rummenigge. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's a key interception. Looking for options for movement. He's having a shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. Al Nassr with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Cleared away. Georgia are looking to go forward now. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
That is ended up in no man's land. And he's quick to snatch it back. Son Heung-min. Calhanoglu looking to pass their way up the pitch. And it's Modric. For Matic. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. And here's Depay. Distributed tidily. He's got plenty of space out wide here. No way through, so back it comes. And here's Modric. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory.
Pretty robust defending.
Referee has just said play on. Modric. And that has put paid to that. Matic.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And he's in on Messi! Grimaldo. That has been slung wide.
There will be 1 minute added time.
That's a good run down the left. That has not gone well. And it's Bale. That's a cute ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And he's intervened well there. Matic. And that brings the first half to a close. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
The stadium gate.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So let's get the ball rolling.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Roberto Carlos scooting forward. Mahrez. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Sufal. Calhanoglu. Grimaldo. No way through there. Messi. Oh, red, nice interception. Modric. Calhanoglu. Memphis Depay. And it's Modric. This is a promising build-up. And Sofal. Matic. And he's chosen to go back. Nicely shaped ball. Buffon gets his hands on it and the danger is averted.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Not the most convincing of passes. Matic. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
For this match was 60,
Can he get it through? That is good alertness. Matic. And it's Mahrez. And it's Modric. Sends it crossfield. And this is Modric. Calhanoglu! Messi. Now it's Bale. Seedorf. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Çalhanoğlu to Matic. And that interception was most necessary. That's beautifully weighted. Bale, quick look, then plays it in. Matic. Modric. And it's Sofal. And it's Mahrez. Turns back here, probably the best option. Matic. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Now Modric. And it's Mahrez. Played towards the other side. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Back towards the middle. Nice looking ball. Messi in acres of space out wide. Matic. Çalhanoğlu. And it's Grimaldo.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Grimaldo. Matic. Can he get on the end of this? That's very neat. Couldn't squeeze it through. And here's Depay. Sofal. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Çalhanoğlu is fouled. Now this is a potential flashpoint, and the referee has his hands full.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
So a chance here, what can they make of it? So the perfect chance to get one back. He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Now it's Bale. Sofal gets over and intercepts. Çalhanoğlu. Sofal kept his eye on it, and he's there. Van Dijk. Could be danger here.
There will be 1 minute.
He's found a
added
way
time.
through. Takes a shot. Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. It's all becoming so easy. And that's that. Georgia cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. These high, steep stands at Signal Iduna Park really do create an intimidating environment for every visiting side. And that gets things running.
Gigi Buffon, pretty much peerless in every way, Peter.
Tough to disagree with that. Rarely has a keeper surely commanded quite so much respect.
And from both his own team and the opposition, I would have loved to play with someone like this behind me. Time and time again, he's shown he's just the best at organising a defence. What a communicator.
Valde. Azar. For Rice. And here's Vitinha. Defending of the desperate variety. Not the most accurate pass. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Mahrez. It'll be a throw-in. Valde. Oh, nice touch. And it's Valverde. Both sides exercising caution for now.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Marquinhos. Grimaldo. Van Dijk. And he's forced to go back.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Grimaldo. Çalhanoğlu. And it's a foul. Now Modric. Grimaldo. And here's Çalhanoğlu. No, he's not getting past him there. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
He just needed to be quicker then. This defence won't give you time to second-guess yourself.
And it's Azar. Son Heung-min powering forward here. Oh, good spread.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Çalhanoğlu. Threads one in. Space for him to turn and look. Driving forward. He's picked his way through. That's a good ball. Good claim. No margin for error there. Son Heung-min. And Grimaldo. And it's a foul. Marquinhos. Oh, he's burst through. Oh, good chance for a shot! And that was struck with genuine force.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Matic. Now Modric. Sefal. Chooses to go cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
And Sofal. And it's Modric. Vitinha, who can single-handedly make a difference. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And the ball's gone astray. And it's Son Heung-min. Passing nice and neat. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he welcomes it in. Marquinhos. And Grimaldo. Çalhanoğlu. Matic. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Now it's Haaland. Matic. Modric.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And he's quick to snatch it back. He's shifting through the gears here. And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. There's the shot! And that's a good finish. How they've waited. Now they have it. What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Oh, he's got a sight of goal. And that's a throw-in. Sofal. Van Dijk. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. And it's Grimaldo. Oh, he's been caught on it here. It's a throw-in. Son Heung-min. And Sofal. Marquinhos. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, that's clever.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Rice. Rice venturing down the left. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional.
Georgia are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
And here's Haaland. Balde delivers the ball. That's a decent clearance. 60 minutes played.
This match was 61,052.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
The Czech Republic can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top. Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Looking to play him in. Buffon gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Vitinha charging forward, the ball at his feet. Vitinha. Good driving run. Oh, shoots! It's a goal! The Czech Republic are level. The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
He's found a way through. And he welcomes it in. Goes for a shot! Goal! The Czech Republic! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a
Good effort from distance. Gave it a go, but off target.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
Eric Garcia. Yamal, a player who needs no introduction. Vitinha. Now there's a fine big chance! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Rice goes short. Now it's Rice. The Czech Republic with another corner. It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. The Czech Republic given another corner. Corner number 3 coming up. Rice with the short one. Georgia now in a position of desperate urgency.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now it's Çalhanoğlu.
Georgia really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Yamal. And the finish! And it's in! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see the more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Vitinha can see things others simply cannot. He has found the way through. Hakimi. Good, strong midfield running here. And the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. That's that, the end. Georgia played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day. Oh no, it's an own goal! And that ends it.
Quick reminder today, please.
Who
have
saw
your entry
that
tickets
coming?
at
Who
hand.
saw... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of
Hello,
a match that
everybody,
will
and
really
welcome
get the
to
juices
today's
flowing.
match.
I'm Peter Drury and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, colour and passion just... Oh, it's gone in! And with that, the end!
And if you do have a chance today, please take
Who
some
saw
time out
that?
to give-
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle. Italy have opted for a 4-5-1 formation, it appears, Jim.
Well, the lone striker has to be prepared to do some of the work himself, but essentially he needs two of the three central midfielders to make runs beyond him and trust that the wide men can service the penalty box and make those link-up runs from out to in. He should get plenty of support with this setup.
Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Mamardashvili has been included in the starting lineup. Does he have a key role to play here, Jim?
Well, the goalkeeper's role has changed a lot since I played, Peter, and nowadays they're expected to be far more involved in the build-up play, almost playmakers. When it comes down to it, though, what you really want between the sticks is someone like this guy, someone you can rely on.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Oh, he's having a go! No, just not quite.
I don't think anyone's really surprised that he's tried that, Peter. He's certainly confident in smacking one from range.
Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. And it's Hullet. A quick look, thought about cutting in. Chance! Goal, Italy! A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the first moment of real significance.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now, can they get him away?
Georgia really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Figo. He's looking wide. DiMarco. Rui Costa conjures time and space where few can. And it's Figo. Lam. Here's Cannavaro. And it's Figo. DiMarco. In by DiMarco. And a header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Some good work on the right flank here. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Out towards the flank. It's a promising position. Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this? Figo. Rui Costa. Rui Costa on a strong run here. And it's played in here. And he's there to deal with it. That's good running with the ball.
Georgia certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
5 minutes till the break. Can he get on the end of this? And he's been shifted off it. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, welcome to the modern game. You get him.
Shoots! And that's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And he's done it again. He's got his... And that is the end of the first half.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Signore e signori, attenzione, il papà del bambino che indossa un marsupio nero e blu contatti subito il più vicino membro dello staff.
So we're underway for the second half.
Numero 20.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Abiati gets it away. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, important interception. And we have our very first corner. Ibrahimovic! Yes! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Certain, searing and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. DiMarco is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with him.
Takes a shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. DiMarco. And he's managed to get free. In towards the back stick. And that has been cleared. Figo going face-to-face with his great rival. Figo. It's gone out for a throw-in. And he's managed to gift it back. That's a good ball out wide.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Oh, that was vital. Pass somewhat off target. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Yaya Toure. And Jordi Alba. DiMarco. And it's Rui Costa. Jordi Alba is one whose deliveries we all know about. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Ibrahimovic. Oh, he's burst through. It's Ibrahimovic! Wonderful from Ibrahimovic! About as smooth as it gets. They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline. That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. This is a gloriously greedy performance. That is good strength. Chooses to go crossfield. Bigo might just make this. He's in plenty of space here. Bigo finding himself in space. Getting up! Well taken goal.
Georgia are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
And that's another good win of the ball.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
He's having a hit! Oh, terrific save.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Point-blank header! And he's missed it. That looks a good ball through, and he's in on goal. Georgia can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Oh, he's had it taken off him. Rui Costa.
Oh, really well played.
Looking to play him in. Goes for a shot! Keeper always had the measure of that.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
They've played it short. And the referee brings it to a close. Georgia suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Well, Jim, there he is, the much-storied Gabriel Batistuta. Fair to say, I think he will be a handful.
Well, talk about an understatement, Peter. He's Argentina's greatest number 9, without doubt. I don't think I've ever seen anyone strike the ball with such violence, if I can put it like that. We might well be seeing his iconic celebration in the next couple of hours.
Short changes him with that pass. That is good progress on the left. That ball looks a good one.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Well, there's the clearance. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Can he get on the end of this? There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Driving on and making good progress.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Great vision. Ødegaard. Yamal. Stanisic. Ødegaard. Aims beyond the defence, and he's picked it up out wide. He's having a shot! He's delivered all right! And there is your opener. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Yamal! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good for him.
Oh, he's all alone! Goes for a shot!
Georgia are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Saka. That's Rijkaard. And it's Stanisic. Now Ødegaard. Yamal, very much a man of this moment. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, that's fabulous. It's a good-looking delivery. Mamardashvili claims it without any fuss. Threads one in, and this is Messi. He is through here. Well, the defence proved infallible then. But that won't be the last they'll see of him.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Opts for safety.
Georgia truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
And that's another good win of the ball. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Yamal. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking to play him in. It's a promising position. Now here's the delivery. It's a good spell of possession, this. Gerrard. Yamal. Now it's Messi. He's in plenty of space here. He's shifting through the gears here. He has a look. He's had a shot! That's going to go a long way. And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Georgia trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Now it's Messi. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
This is a promising build-up. And he's chosen to go back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Tries to pass it through. Has a shot! Yamal. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Ronaldinho. Saka. Ronaldinho. Gerrard. Georgia still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. He's picked his way through. He's going for goal! Denied by an instinctive save.
Lamine Yamal clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Just about up to the hour now. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
So what can they make of this? Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal. Georgia really are going about...
And Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Mamardashvili trying to keep... Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
And he is going into that little black book.
un cambio en el campo de juego. Número
So we have
10,
movement on both
Número
benches.
30, Messi. Número 9, entran.
Looking
Número
to
22,
pass their way up the pitch.
Número 12,
Gives it back.
Número 7,
Really got in his face
Número
there,
11,
and it was
se
well
va a
played.
realizar un cambio.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's managed to get free. Hangs one in. Oh, great leap! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Pass is coming off in quick succession here, and he was quick to react.
Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
Oh, it's Bebeto, and claimed it back. Yamal! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Lamine Yamal really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied. Georgia really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Georgia now in a position of desperate urgency.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that
It's Bale! It's loose, and there's a race. Oh, what has happened here? And across it goes. And he thumps it clear.
look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster. Georgia really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
This looks promising.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo
Country.
reglamentario.
Referee's given a throw. And that is as far as it goes. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running. So, Jim, would you say that this formation has become the norm in recent years?
Yeah, I think it's one that places the emphasis on your centre forward, not just holding the ball up or finishing, but all the movement that happens around him, outside and inside the box. And he has to link up with that midfield and bring everybody into play, which ensures a more cohesive system.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Strokes it back. It's Ibrahimovic! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Barcelona make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Nesta. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Yamal. This is De Jong, and it's Sneijder. It's played through for him. And he's managed to get free. Yamal! And it's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Barcelona are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
De Jong.
Georgia really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Pirlo can see things others simply cannot. And he's forced to go back. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Good running, strong and purposeful. That's a good run down the left. He's shifting through the gears here. Over to the right flank. Now it's Yamal. And this is Sneijder. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Pirlo. De Jong, who does have an assist to his name. Lam. De Jong. And here's Yamal. And it's Pirlo. And here's Sneijder. He's found a way through. Oh, sweet feet. Picked out brilliantly. And he's straight offside. It's not an especially good pass, that. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Pirlo. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Insigne. Insigne going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And this is Sneijder. Backward it goes. And this is Ibrahimovic. Can he finish? Just cruising! They are cruising! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Barcelona find a position of real strength now. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's a sharp little ball here. Great ball. And it's Ibrahimovic. And he should have made it 4.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. De Jong. And it's Lahm. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
El número premiado de nuestra rifa de hoy. Buena suerte a todos.
So off we go again. 45 minutes to change their fate. Opts for safety. Oh, good ball! Oh, that's neat.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Lahm is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And here's Yamal. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Pirlo. Marcelo is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Swung over. Now it's Yamal. Caught offside that time. Ball is over the line. Baresi is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Pirlo. Just about up to the hour now. And here's Ibrahimovic. Yamal. This is De Jong. Yamal. And here's Ibrahimovic. Lam gets across and deals with it. And the counter is on. Not the most accurate pass. That's a throw. No way through there. Turns back here, probably the best option. More and more pressure on the ball here. Baresi, a picture of focus and alertness. Now that looks a decent ball. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now he's off and running. De Jong. And it's Schneider. Nicely weighted ball. Yamal is onto this. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Passing is crisp and sharp. This looks promising. That's good running with the ball. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Schneider.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Oh no, this does not look... Shot a goal! Goal! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed! Oh, a horrible error, and he has nowhere to hide.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? That's a super give and go. He's being urged to shoot. A bit too much weight on the pass. Baresi. Oh, they could be caught out here. Shapes to shoot! And that's a good finish. Drama at the death! And that is that. Georgia were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. The instantly recognisable Signal Iduna Park, one of Europe's most unforgettable stadia. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Joshua Kimmich. In many ways, the ultimate modern fullback in that he contributes just as much offensively as he does defensively. He seems to have a great instinctive understanding of when to move forward, and that means he rarely gets caught out of position on the counter-attack. He should be a key player for this team.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Danny Olmo, he's having a shot! Goal! Lazio! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Lazio gain their reward with an early goal. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And there's his chance to lead the counter. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And he was quick to react. Kimmich, passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Batistuta. In with the challenge. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Batistuta. Zambrotta. And here's Danny Olmo. And here's Batistuta. Space for him to turn and look. Batistuta! He doesn't look too happy with that.
There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? Takes a shot! It's a goal! They are purring, truly purring! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
Lazio are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Georgia are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Kimmich. And now the breakaway. Oh, perfectly measured that. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Van Nistelrooy. And he's had it nicked away. Pirlo. And here's Van Nistelrooy.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Corner number 2 then. Van Nistelrooy! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Swung over. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Danny Olmo. And it's Van Nistelrooy. And he's got the beating of his man. Van Nistelrooy! Magnificent! He's got himself an absolute peach. With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Lazio are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
A case now of complete control. Now it's Batistuta. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? He's picked his way through. He's been caught napping. Very nicely done, good spot that. And he's been shifted off it. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Georgia are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Played out wide. Yilmaz. No way through there.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's good play. Nicely weighted ball.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
That's a good ball. Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. Forward it goes. And that has left him in a heap. That has been slung wide. And he's managed to get free. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
I'm afraid to tell you that we're expecting traffic to be heavy after the final whistle today.
So we're underway for the second half.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind and they deserve to be, but they've had a chance to regroup now, so we'll see how they come out at the start of the second.
Shapes to shoot! It goes to show he is human after all.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pirlo. Well read, nice interception.
That's so good and so often seen nowadays. Don't give them time to think on the ball. Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Shevchenko.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, delightful ball. He's on it, can he get away? Can he get on the end of this? There's the shot!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. Dani Olmo conjures time and space where few can. And this is Batistuta. So we've reached the hour mark.
The match was 60,810.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Shevchenko.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, that's well spotted. Now that's well seen too. Shevchenko. Danny Olmo.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Threads one in. Danny Olmo shoots! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Lazio are at the peak of their powers. A chance! And that has faded wide.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Pirlo, a player whose confidence, whose sense of adventure rubs off on all of those around him. Time and again they are repelled. Knocks it into space.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Couldn't squeeze it through. Tries to play it through. Spread out to the left. Drive. Big chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? Tries a shot! Now it's Kimmich. He's got away. Not the most accurate pass. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be. Georgia are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense.
Georgia truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
And the shot! No, that's just wide. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Well, we expected better, and so did he.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
And that is that. Georgia cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling at times. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And that gets things running.
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
But he does have a certain X-factor as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's the side of his game that makes him so special, that ability to play on the front foot, triggering counter-attacks, quickening the tempo, and even carrying the ball forward, you know, if required.
Which has come to be expected from players in that position now, but at the time, of course, it was revolutionary.
Absolutely was.
Looking for options for movement. And he's managed to get rid. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. He won't be happy with that one.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Nothing significant to report up to this point, but we are still very early in the game. Played out wide. Spread it left. Quality ball.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Threads one in. Great ball if he can get there. Real chance! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Georgia still without a single shot on target. And he goes cross-field.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Serginho spots it and intercepts. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. He is through here. Serginho did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Serginho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Tries to get it clear. Sends it crossfield. This is a promising build-up. No way through. Now it's Mbappe. And he's there to retrieve it. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, can he get onto this? Yamal is wide and looking to get onto this. And he's managed to get free. Cross neat. And a header! Oh, it rattles the bar. And we have our very first corner. That's put paid to the danger. Good chance here! No, he's missed it.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it. There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Oh, that's a key interception. Aims beyond the chance for a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. De Ligt lays it forward. Now it's Osimhen. Now it's Osimhen. He might be in here! Osimhen!
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Strong running down that left flank. Can he spark a counter here? Well, played right into his path.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
That's the end of the first 45. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
I think they can be very happy with the flow of the game so far. They're moving the ball around very nicely. They're creating opportunities too. They must need to find a way to add that touch of quality in front of goal, that extra clinical edge.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. Here is the first touch of the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Chooses to go cross-field. He's a sharp little ball here. Gusto. And that is a little undercooked. Now that looks a decent ball. Knocks it into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. 60 minutes played. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Tries to play it through. Mbappe is onto this. Pass somewhat off target. That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, good spread. Oh, that's a fine interception. Tries to pass it through. Can he get it through? Has crossed into the... Impressive jump! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Picked up, and the finish! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. He's being urged to shoot, and the shot! And no mistake! Finally the breakthrough!
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So we have the first goal.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Now, can they get him away? No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 24, Luis Diaz. Coming on to replace him is number 11, Dembele.
Tries to cross, getting up there! Goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
After 78 minutes is number 20.
It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
We're looking at a different game now.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Osimhen is onto it in a flash. That's a nicely shaped ball. And this is Dembele, hangs in across. Defending of the desperate variety.
Arsenal really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved. Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
It's a good surge he's making up the left-hand side.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Osimhen. Arsenal do have a chance to counter here. And he welcomes it in. Now it's Mbappe. Chance! Goal! Arsenal! And surely that's the winner! That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
And we're done. Georgia perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. These high, steep stands at Signal Iduna Park really do create an intimidating environment for every visiting side. So off we go then.
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
But he does have a certain X-factor as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's the side of his game that makes him so special, that ability to play on the front foot, triggering counter-attacks, quickening the tempo, and even carrying the ball forward, you know, if required.
Which has come to be expected from players in that position now, but at the time, of course, it was revolutionary.
Absolutely was.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Gets a good foot in there. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Ekitike!
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
This is a promising build-up. Tries to pass it through. He's having a shot! There it is! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
Georgia make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Georgia find themselves a goal up here. It's a lead to cherish. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Played out wide. Oh, well played. Nuno Mendes. De Bruyne. Yamal. Totti. Great chance! It's a goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. He's had it taken off him. Spread it left. Fiore. Nuno Mendes. Fiore. Passes coming off in quick succession here. That's a good ball. Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, Peter, I think the smartest of reactions, and he just attacked the danger.
It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, they could break here. Totti does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Looking for options for movement. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it rattles the bar. And the shot! Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Not the most accurate pass. Good ball, good take. Tries one from range. Oh no, what has happened here? It's a good-looking delivery. Cleared away. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Space for him to turn and look. Nice bit of skill, and he's away.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now the delivery. De Bruyne. Driving on and making good progress. Yamal providing an outlet on that flank.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's the end of the first 45. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments.
Well, it sets up a very entertaining second half, Peter. Who's going to make the first move, trying to win this, and how they might find a way to sustain good pressure.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And so we're off again. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that.
He's in one-on-one. Chance for a shot! He's got a goal! And again they hit the front. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Georgia have their lead. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Ekitike. Yamal. He is through here. Takes a shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Can he stop it going out? Looking for the far post. He's rising! That's another chance! And that's a sharp finish! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
He has a look up. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Oh, perfectly measured that. Look at the... Tries a shot! Goal! Barcelona! And the comeback is complete! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Substitution on the field. Number 18.
And the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Number 8.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Number 5. Substitution
Spread
in
neatly.
progress.
Now that's well seen too. Just about up to 75 minutes. Quick look, thought about cutting inside.
Georgia really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll...
Chance! And a truly agonising miss.
Well, it's certainly encouraging, Peter. At least they're going about things the right way after falling behind.
And it's been taken short. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Oh, that's a key interception. Berbatov. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He might be in here! Oh, he's in trouble! And a neat finish! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Messi is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That is ended up in... He'll try from distance! That had everyone off their seats.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Now he's off and running.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
That has been cut short. There will be 4 extra minutes. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, great leap! Goal! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made it...
And that is that. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established.